Right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, chiefly those of Great Millstone and other like-minded elders in Israel that teach well, by whom I learn this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Shalom Barakim to the hope for the elect, house of David, brothers and sisters scattered throughout the four corners, doing their due diligence in all truth and sincerity. A salutation also to the Akim laboring, ministering week in, week out, highways and hedges, chief places of concourse, giving up their bodies as a living sacrifice unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in all truth and sincerity. Right? It's the brother Daniel Allah, back with another quick lesson in the spirit. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, exhorting, and comforting in some way, shape, or form. And I'm gonna try not to make it too long and get straight to the point, right? And we got the Peshat coming up, right? Tomorrow sundown, right? A lot of us are keeping our Passover tomorrow sundown, right? Which is what I believe the 23rd of March, right? And then following 7 days in concurrence, we have the feast of the unleavened bread, right? And that's what I've been meditating on. Again, this is a time of reflection, man. This time comes around every once a year, right? We remember the marvelous works that the Heavenly Father have done for us, man, and towards us. He delivered us out of the land of Egypt, right? And also, Him giving us the greatest blessing, really, which is the shedding of the blood of His only begotten, man. So whereby now we even maybe sit down and do these lessons, because without Yahweh Shai, man, we basically ain't shit, man. Without Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, we ain't shit. Right, so I've just been meditating a lot, man, last few days coming up to the Passover, man. And because we're meant to be examining ourselves day to day anyway, but through the spirit, man, it's always, as we approach this time of the year at the Peshat, man, there's a lot we need to be thinking about, especially understanding that, hey, Lord willing, Adawan Ratazar, this is the last one that we keep here, whilst the wicked are in authority, man. Adawan Ratazar, man. But what I wanted to touch on in this particular lesson is I wanted to go into, touch a little bit on the Feast of Unleavened Bread and just speak about the spiritual side of the leaven, right? So I'm going to get straight into it. And like I say, Lord willing, lessons edifying. So this is the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse, straight to the point. It says, verse 6, it says, 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and in the seventh day shall be a feast unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It said, unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen with thee, neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in all thy quarters. Right? But let me quickly get something. Salakia. Get that word leaven quickly. Right. Spirit. Bear with me 1 second. Right. Salakia, bear with me 1 sec. The internet's messing about. Yeah, typical as well. Right. Right. So let me read that again. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 6. It says, 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and in the seventh thou shalt be a feast unto Adawan Yahweh. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen with thee, neither shall there be leaven seen within thee in all thy quarters, right? So 7 days in concurrence to the Passover, right? We're to eat no leavened bread, right? And to basically take all the leaven that we have in our households out, right? Now we know right now, or should I say the Lord knows right now that hey, we're in captivity, right? So this might not always be feasible depending on your circumstances, right? Which again, wisdom, we understand that. And right now we're rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of our ability. But if you can, right, if you're about to keep the Passat, you're about to keep the Passover, then if you can, man, try to get all the leaven out of your household, right? If possible, right? Depending on your situation again, right? So let me get that word leaven. So it says leaven, it says a substance, typically yeast, right? And that's another name for leaven, yeast, right? So you want to be making sure that the bread you're eating has no yeast in it, right? Which is a raising agent, right? Or any other kind of raising agent, right? So make sure you look on the back of the things you're about to buy, or simply just use normal flour instead of self-raising if you're going to make your own bread, right? So it says a substance, typically yeast, that is used in dough to make it rise, right? It says a pervasive influence that's spiritual, that modifies something or transforms it for the better, right? So it says for the better, right? It says cause dough or bread to rise by adding yeast or another raising agent, right? And then it goes on to say only take a little bit of yeast to leaven the bread. Hey, that's spiritual too, right? We're gonna get into that, right? So again, leaven, right, is a raising agent, yeast, typically yeast, right? It says which transforms or modifies the bread, making it rise, right? So let me read that once more. This is Exodus chapter 13, verse 6. It says, 7 days thou shalt eat no unleavened bread, and in the seventh day shall be the feast to Ha'adawan Yahweh. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall be no leavened bread be seen with thee, neither shall there be leaven seen within all thy quarters, right? So what I really wanted to touch on this lesson today, I wanted to go into the spiritual side of that leaven, right? Because before, again, we're preparing for the the Pashat right now, the Passover, right? Which is, like the elders and apostles have gone into over and over again, and there's some beautiful lessons out on how to keep the Passover if you're not too sure, right? So we know it's a serious time, man. It's a solemn assembly, right? Meaning a serious time. This ain't a time to party or turn up, right? Right. This is a time to meditate, man, right? On the Lord and what the Lord have done for us to this very day. Right. But I want to go into the spiritual side of the leaven, because before we find ourselves trying to throw out all the leaven you can find in your house, right? Guess what we want to do, man? We want to be making sure that we try to purge out and get the leaven out of our fleshly houses, right? Which are these bodies, these chains of darkness. Because everything is spiritual before it's physical, right? And that's what the Lord's really going into when he's speaking about leaven. It's symbolic to the leaven, right? Or the impurities that are within us that we need to be purging out, man. That's why I say right now, this time of year is a year of heavy self-examination, man. Right? As it should be every day, really, again. So let me get into this. This is the book of Corinthians, chapter 5, and I'll start from verse... I'm just going to get straight to the point, right? And this is where Paul was speaking to the Israelites that were in Corinth, right? The Corinthians, right? And he was basically getting onto them, telling them that they were, a lot of them were what? They were puffed up in the spirit, right? There's a lot of fornication going on in and among that church in Corinth, right? And he was basically getting onto them, man, right? So let me go straight to the point anyway. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 6, right? It says, your glorying is not good. And again, he was speaking to those in the city of Corinth at the time. He says, your glorying is not good, because they were very proud out there. It says, know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump, right? And that's why I laughed when I read out the meanings for the word leaven, right? So let me get it again, right? Listen to this. It says leaven, a substance, typically yeast, that is used in dough to make it rise. And then the point two, it says a persuasive influence that modifies something and transforms it, right? It says point where is it? The next point, point 3, it says cause dough or bread to rise by adding yeast and another raging agent. Now, hey, listen to this. It said it only takes a little bit of yeast to leaven the bread, right? And that's exactly what Paul was saying, right? He says, purge out therefore the old leaven, Salakia. Verse 6, your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump, right? Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sanctified for us. And he was speaking about that spiritual leaven, right? That we all still have in us to a degree, man. And the longer we go through this furnace of affliction that we're going through, right? This trial period, guess what? The Lord's going to continue to purge out our impurities, our leaven, man. Whether that be, whatever it be pride. Because as I always say, examining myself and just understanding that, we're still in these fleshly bodies, man. So we still all have an element of pride within us. And whatever else you may need to work on, examining yourself, right? And this is all part of the leaven that needs to be purged out. Because why? Because a little bit of pride, a little bit of sin, right, is going to basically destroy the whole lot, man. Or it can destroy the whole lot, right? It says, purge out therefore the old leaven, right? Meaning that old man, putting off that old man, that worldly man, right? Which was full of what? Pride, lust, so on and so forth. It says, and as ye are unleavened, for even Salakia, I keep on skipping, I'm getting excited, right? 1 Corinthians 5 and 7, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened, for even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sanctified for us. And that's what we're trying to be, man. That's what we aim to be, that new lump. And really, really we are that new lump. Let me get this quickly. I think it's in 2 Corinthians. I think it's in 2 Corinthians 5. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 16. It says, wherefore henceforth we know man after the flesh, ye who thought we have known Hamashiach after the flesh, yet now henceforth now we know him more, right? It says, therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, he is a new creature, meaning what? A new lump, right? It says, all things are passed away, behold, all things are become as new, right? That's us becoming that new lump, right? Putting off the old man, right? Walking in the spirit, man, instead of what? Fulfilling the lust of the flesh, right? So that's what it is to become that new lump, right? 1 Corinthians 5 and 7, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, which is that new creature in Hamashiach, as ye are unleavened, for even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sanctified for us. It says, therefore let us keep the feast not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth, right? So that's what, like again, going back to the point I made, that before we go into our households and try to find and get rid of all the flour, the yeast, the raisin agents, right? Guess what? We need to be making sure that we're doing that within ourselves first, right? Because we don't want to be going into the Passover, eating of the bread, drinking of the wine unworthily, man. Like I say, still moving with all these traits. What it say? It said malice, wickedness, right? Pride, so on and so forth. But no, we want to be moving in the spirit of sincerity and truth, right? Eating of the body of Hamashiach, right? And drinking of his blood worthily, man. And hey, man, every time Passover comes up, man, I always, I know brothers could probably attest too, there's always that bit of worry there, man. Am I eating of this bread worthily? Am I drinking of this blood worthily, man? Right? And really, that's a healthy mindset to have. That's a humble mindset, man. you know. But we need to be making sure we're examining ourselves and doing the best we can, man, to make sure that we are doing it worthily, right? And not in vain, right? Like I say, moving, continuing with all that leaven inside us. Because again, it's the Lord is dealing with the intents of the heart, man, more so than the outward appearance, right? So we could appear to be doing right, but are we really doing right? Are we really working on that inner man, that new creature, that new lump? Are we trying to purge out this bullshit that's in us, man? Right? And that's just what I've been meditating on, man. That's what I've been meditating on recently. And like I said, I didn't want to make the lesson too long. But again, self-examination, man. Something that we all need to be doing day to day. And especially we're about to keep the Pashat tomorrow, man. Right? A lot of us are about to keep the Pashat tomorrow. And there's a time to reflect, to examine ourselves. Make sure that we're trying to purge this leaven out of us to the best of our ability, man. Right? Because I know now the sincere Akim want to be keeping the Passover deceitfully, man, or unworthily, right? So I'm gonna get one more precept and then a lesson there, man, because I pretty much brought out what I wanted to bring out. So let me back that point up again in Galatians. So yeah, just to back up the point again, man. So this is Galatians chapter 5, verse 9. It says, "A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump," right? And that's speaking about spiritual leaven before it's speaking about physical leaven, man. So let's understand that, Let's understand that and let the work be spiritual before it's physical, man. Because we don't want to be doing things to be seen in the eyes of men. No, we actually want to try to please Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right, to the best of our ability, man. Be making sure that we right on the inside, not just trying to show it on the outside, man. Like the scribes and the Pharisees were, which they were full up with leaven, man. Right? So with that, Lord willing, short lesson was edifying, exalting, and comforting. And yeah, man, all you brothers that are about to keep your Pashat tomorrow, right, which would be the 23rd of March, and about to keep the feast of the unleavened bread 7 days concurrent after. Hey, man, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Barakatawa, Barakatam to you and your households, man. Right, and all the sincere, hopeful elect, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Barakatam unto you and your households. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory, and say, Kal Haloyim La, Abanawa Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Bahashem Yahushai, Waha, Raha, Kodash, and Shalom to the elect. Shalom.